How are you all? Let me see your favorite emojis in the chat box. Come on, let me know you're excited. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Thank you, Dipali. Thank you, Abhishek. So, the main objective of today's meeting is to get insights on the very interesting field of cybersecurity. And we have a very capable and multi-talented personality with us right here. He's none other than Vansh Devgan. To list his talents, he is a bug hunter, he is a cybersecurity trainer, he is a full stack developer, blogger, YouTuber, and an independent security researcher. Bapre. So we are very excited to have you here, Vansh. Welcome.
Yeah, so thank you, Yash. So should I turn on my video or is it fine in audio mode as well?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay, so let me
If you're
turn on my video.
comfortable,
So am I?
it's good.
Yeah. So am I visible?
Yep.
Cool. So first of all, I would like to thank Road to Code team, entire Road to Code team for inviting me over here and to give a session over here. So I think people are still joining. So should we begin or should we wait for a few more minutes? Like how will it go?
We'll begin, I
Yeah.
guess. Let's go.
Okay, okay. So yeah, my name is Vansh, and I'm working in this field of cybersecurity from like past 3 years. And I help so many companies around the globe securing the infrastructure. And today we are here to discuss about the interesting field cybersecurity and their careers, opportunities in cybersecurity, and like how you can get started. So yeah, so yes, you can begin by like what questions do you have, and yeah, let me proceed. Hello. Okay, okay. Yeah. So, like the perception of hacker is bad, not in India itself, around the globe, and I think that's really bad. Like it impacts our image as well. But actually, we are not like that. The people who look in movie, we are not actually coding 24/7. We are not actually try to hack someone 24/7. And like in the movies, we see like anyone can hack anyone with remotely without even touching his phone, hacking their bank accounts, getting the money and all that stuff. But what I feel like is like in my day-to-day life, what I do, I wake up at 9. I do development nowadays, so I do development, and I try to break stuff in night, like just 1 to 2 hours. I try to hack into the companies in night, but actually, what happens is there's nothing like I am very much confident about hacking everything because hacking everything is not possible. And to be very honest, like the perception of hackers in movies are very wrong, and it seems like anyone can hack with a window in a computer with terminal with black and green fonts. Anyone can hack easily. Anything, but it's not like that. Generally, we don't do stuff like that. So yeah, it's like that only. So yeah, I think in my day-to-day life, I do development. I do focus on hacking in night, and there's not much like stuff which I would tell you about the any like I do this thing. I have some certain tools which can hack your WhatsApp. I have certain tools which can hack your Facebook. There's nothing like that because it's not possible. Mark Zuckerberg is not a fool guy who has made the Facebook without security. or like they do not care about security. They don't have security team. Okay, so they everyone has security team, the big companies, and they do value their security. So I think yeah, so it's a wrong perception that anything can be hacked. So that's true. Like anything can be hacked, but not up to it's not like very easy part. It's not like without touching the phone. It's not like without having a non-exploit of these things. So yeah, it's like that. So those who are very beginner, like who just started in this cybersecurity field, I would suggest them to start learning with Linux. Like start with Linux and then go to networking. And once you are very much friendly with networking, so when I come to talk about networking Linux, these are very big terms in case of beginner. For the case of beginners, like they don't know what to learn in Linux, what to learn in networking. So I actually break into some few parts. Like in Linux, you need to learn basics of Linux, like how to copy a file, how to move file from this location to that location, how the Linux works, what are the file structure of Linux, where is the secret information in Linux stored, where is the password is stored in Linux, like the login password which you do, and where are the keys, like the specific private keys which should not be accessible by hackers. So you should know about these locations in Windows, Linux, both, and you should know the basic command line of Linux, how command line of Linux works, and then you actually need to know more about, I think, in networking you need to know about how you are actually connected to internet, and how actually when you search google.com or when you open any website youtube.com, what actually goes beyond the scenes, like how actually you see the page youtube, and not any network bytes received in, like bytes means like the normal part, the internet. Okay, so like we have 100 MB of data, where it is being gone, and like how it is actually working. So the part is not where it is being gone, the part is like what is why we are getting simpler page out of it, and how it is actually serving us, like how the page is being reaching us, and like how if I am able to chat with my friend Yash on WhatsApp, like how I am able to do it. So you should know about these concepts, like how to connect two devices, and if you want to access your file in your computer from the global surface, how you can do it. Like for example, I have one file name as abc.txt on my desktop, on Windows desktop. I want to access that file over the internet without uploading it to Google Drive through my computer. So how do I expose myself to the internet, the globe exactly, like, and how the data transfer will work. So you need to understand about these things only. So that this is actually important. Why? Because if you want to hack your friend or someone, so if you install a particular software in your laptop or a particular malicious code, so that code should be, able to reconnect back to you, and make a connection back to your system, and then you can actually do something and get data, right? So it is known as reverse shell actually. So yeah, I won't go into technical details as there are so much beginners, but I would suggest you should learn networking, and you should know like how actually networks works, like how actually people can get to know about gateways, internet gateways, what are internet gateways and how they're helpful. Yeah, if you have Wi-Fi in your home, so you need to understand what is public IP, what is private IP, all these stuffs. Yeah, that's the main thing. And once you learn Linux and networking, then you can go ahead and learn about development. I feel like development is important, but most of the people skip this particular part. So why development is important? See, if you know the root of the tree, you can actually break the tree. Like if a tree is very long, you don't know about the root. Like yeah, I think that is not a good example, but yeah, like if you know about the root cause, you know how you have built it, you can actually break it easily. So it's like that. So yeah, I think development is important. And even though if all the full stack developers, I recommend them to learn security perspective of the application. Like you do not learn OS top 10, you can learn OS top 10 at least to secure your web application if you're developing, if you're a web developer. And it's a really a need. Like if there's a two persons like A and B, and one knows security, who is a web developer as well, and one is a simple guy. Yeah. Actually, I'm connected to Wi-Fi only. Is it fine? Okay, 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 okay. Let me check. Just a second. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so I was saying like you need to learn Linux, then networking, and then you need to learn about development. That's what I recommend. And when you are learn at least the basic development, like the create, read, update, and delete operations, which actually is very common in development when we start. So everyone should learn about these four operations: create, update, and they should actually learn about security of application as well. And once they are done with it, they can actually go ahead and learn, jump into the security part of cyber security. They can learn about the various attacks type. They can actually learn about other stuff, right? Yeah,
I would like to ask you,
yeah, Pranay. Yeah, yeah,
hello.
Pranay. Like I
So,
have just make my like camera off because of the internet issues, maybe the network issues. Yeah, yeah,
so मैं पूछ
yes,
रहा
yes.
था, आवाज नहीं?
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
हाँ, सोच रहा कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी हम जैसे आगे अभी कोई बिगिनर है, तो खुद से कैसे सीखे? कोई रिसोर्सेज आप बता सकते हो कि उनके the ethical hacking courses, do you think they are worth it, worth purchasing? What are your views on that?
I don't recommend any course, even though I have my own course, but I still don't recommend any course to any students. I actually say them like, if they are coming to cybersecurity, they should actually, if there is sufficient sources over the internet, like they can start with Try Hack Me, they can start with uh, Hack the Box. These are two websites, tryhackme.com, hackthebox.eu, and there are various YouTube channels which can get you started very easily. And there is everything available on the internet on the Google. And if someone wants to learn, they can learn. The courses are only to save your time of researching those things and give you all at the one place. But I don't recommend any specific course because myself, I haven't done any course. I did only googling, and I think like when we do Google and when you do not get solution, you do Google again and you go to any website, read some solutions, try those. It actually gives you a lot of experience and ability known as problem solving ability. Not the programming one, but yeah, it is also a very good problem solving. And googling is a skill actually. I think so. I've also seen a meme a few days ago, and I think Google is enough, and there are many sources. If you type cybersecurity, and you will get a lot of things. And if you still want some specific resource, I would suggest tryhackme.com is best, and hackthebox.eu is best. And they are for the bug bounty, which I do. It's Portsfigure Labs. You can actually search on Google Portsfigure Labs, and yeah. So these are the helpful resources which I recommend when a beginner is starting in this field. There are many platforms, but yeah, and soon we are also launching our own platform for learning these things for the practicing thing, and yeah.
That's amazing. Because everything.
Okay.
So, can
Hello.
you tell us what's the main difference between a hacker and a cybersecurity researcher or cybersecurity expert?
I think the question is superfluous itself, but yeah, let's say like if you're asking me the difference between a hacker and a cybersecurity expert, so a hacker can be anything, like he can be ethical or unethical, but ethical hacker and cybersecurity expert are same, but unethical hacker is different. He actually hacks for his benefit. He actually hacks for benefit of his community, maybe if he is in a wrong community, and unethical hacker hacks for unethical ways, and that's not legal. So yeah, if I talk about cybersecurity expert, he takes care about all the things. He has all the permissions to test. He has all the things. He has all permissions from the company. He has signed the NDA. He has signed all the agreements which are actually legal and binds him with a company. If he do something wrong, it's like that. So yeah, I think that's the difference, and nothing much, because both know hacking skills, both are good, and yeah, it depends.
Okay, that's great. So, can you list professions in the field of cybersecurity?
Okay, so talking about professions, I would suggest like in India there are majorly three to four professions which generally people go in. The first is cybersecurity analyst, and the second is cybersecurity auditor, maybe you can say, and third is malware analyst, and the fourth is penetration tester. And I think these are the major four. And what happens in these work, the work of these are like in the cybersecurity analyst post, a particular person will analyze all the infrastructure of the company and list all the possible all the possible threat areas where a vulnerability can occur. And in the case of cybersecurity auditor, he is just same like analyst, and the name is changed. It's like that, and he does a little more work. He also audit the past attacks in the company. So I'm not very much sure about this auditor post, but yeah, I heard about these from my friends. And there's one more great role which is security engineer. And yeah, so the penetration tester will take the all the reports from VA, which is vulnerability assessment, which has been done by security analyst. Then he will actually try to exploit all those vulnerabilities, and it's like that. And this is how it actually works. And talking about uh, what do you say? What I said, Malware analyst. See, so he's the person who is actually, contributing to you direct. Yeah. So malware analyst is the person who is actually contributing to trying to protect you from malware, because these are the people who are actually trying to identify the behavior of new types of malware which actually affects the computer, and they actually help antivirus companies to build a strong, what do we say, trying to build a strong database which can protect you from the cyber attacks. It's like that. So that is what I think about malware analysis and what I got to know, because they are here we actually, it's not only this limited to this only, it's a much bigger field. And I might be wrong in this case, but yeah, but malware analysts are the people who actually identify the code and identify the behavior of the softwares or applications, I would say. And it's like that. And yeah, so these are the fields, and there are other fields as well, social engineering, where people will actually go to a company, and these people will actually try to go to these companies in office, and they try to play with the minds, play with the human minds. And this is something on social engineering where we do not need any technical equipment to hack anybody, and they actually try to send phishing emails to the employees, and they actually try to get data out of the company. And these actually are the people company hired itself to test their employees against the cyber attacks. So yeah, it's like that, and there are many more roles. There is CISO role. There are a lot of roles, but yeah. So basically, these are the main common ones which a fresher may get entered to. And there is one security engineer. He is a person who knows development and who knows what we say, cybersecurity both, like me. So I am a security engineer at Novel Shift. So here, what I do there is I actually find bugs and codes, like bugs and security flaws in their code, and then also fix them by myself. So it's like that. Security engineer is the person who is from security background and he is engineer in the development or any other field which he is engineering. It's like that. So yeah. So and nowadays, like there are new field IoT security, all that. So yeah, it is also you. I don't know the post, but yeah, IoT security is of security of your home devices like the Alexa and all these things, the smart vehicles, smart cars, all these. Yeah.
That is great. That is great. So okay, we'll take the questions from students now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was
Hello.
asking, okay, hello,
Yeah, you are
am
audible.
I
Go ahead.
audible? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've heard you saying security is a myth a lot of times. But as a security engineer, what would you suggest us to prevent our devices from hacking?
So I'm really sorry for this answer, but you can't protect your devices. The one only thing you can do is you can turn off your devices, because recently there is a virus known as Pegasus virus or Pegasus spyware, I would say. So with that particular exploit, it is a kernel level exploit. It means you cannot protect yourself at the software level. It's at the hardware level, I would say, or at the very kernel level, just above the hardware level. And the like a particular person can hack you just by giving a missed call on your WhatsApp, and their entire phone can get hacked. And that spyware is so smart. Like if it goes to forensic labs, or like if it is not able to make the connection back to the parent, like the hacker, it will automatically self-destruct itself, so I can't say like you can secure yourself, but as a recommendation, you can actually install antivirus on your Windows machine if you're using Windows. And I don't think there's a point of installing antivirus something in Linux, because malware do not work in Linux. Like they might, but according to my knowledge, they don't. Up to a certain level, you're secure in Linux. So install antivirus in your Windows, because in Windows there are very much DLL files which can infect the system, and antivirus can protect you at such a level, at such a not very much at certain level, because of some non malwares they can prevent. But when it comes to the malwares created by us, the real hackers, they actually create malwares which go undetected by any of the antivirus. So yeah. So I think there is no way to secure. So the only way to secure yourself is to turn off the internet of your phone and stay disconnected from the internet.
That's very terrifying to hear, but okay. So, if in case we are attacked, can we detect any cyber attacks? And if we can, how can we respond to them?
Can you just repeat? I didn't understood.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you
So
please
I was
repeat?
saying, if in case we are attacked by a cyber attack, so how can we detect that attack, and how should we respond to it?
Like if you identify yourself in a cyber attack, the only way to respond, the fastest way to respond is to turn off your internet connection, so that as you can disconnect it with the hacker as soon as possible, because the only way he might be hacking you is through a network. So network is the very important part when it comes to cybersecurity, because the only way he can make connection with you in the digital world is the network. So you can turn off your Wi-Fi. Maybe he is near your home, hacking into your Wi-Fi and hacking into your phone. So you can actually turn off your Wi-Fi, and you can actually turn off your mobile data. And as soon as you disconnected with the internet or any network connection, not even the internet, only with the Wi-Fi, then yeah, you are good to go. You are actually secure from that incident. But in case of you are a developer, website developer, or you are actually hosting a website and your website got under cyber attack, then there are other cases, there are incidents like that. But for example, if you actually got under cyber attack and you actually got exploited actually also, so the only thing you can do is you can actually like there are few things in India. There are few helpline numbers of Indian Cyber Cell. You can contact them, and if your phone is actually got under cyber attack and you actually got some malware in your phone, then I think you should actually maybe you can reset your phone. And sometimes there are rootkits which are when you even reset your phone, you won't be able to uninstall them or remove them from your motherboard. So I don't know much into it, but I think there if you install some popular antivirus software for mobile, but I do not recommend it because I don't think so these work. These things works in mobile, but still if you can, you can do it. Otherwise, the only way I would suggest, you can actually install stock ROM or flash a stock ROM of your mobile device, which is available on mobile website. So there are stock ROMs which you can actually flash, which will remove everything from your mobile. And even at the kernel level, sometimes you can flash the kernel again. And this is not the thing which you can do as a normal person. So you might switch to service center for a full flash reset of the motherboard and your software. So this will work actually. Yeah. And if you're a developer, you can actually flash the ROM by yourself in case of mobile. And in case of website, there are other things like you need to implement the firewall, you need to turn off the outbound connection, inbound connection to your server, all these things. So it's like that. So it actually matters. But if you actually know you're needed, you're actually going to be a part of cyber attack, you can just turn off internet connection right away and switch out of any of the network, even it's Wi-Fi or it's not working something, you should. So it's like that.
All right, all right. So let's take the questions from the students. Students, if you have any question, you can ask them in the chat box, and once sir will try to answer them.
Okay. To be very honest, if I talk about internship in cybersecurity, it's really tough part in India itself. And like because in cybersecurity you need to have a knowledge of all the fields, at least the basic ones. And if he wants to get an internship in the first year, I would suggest he should start learning about development as fast as possible. And because development is a field which has so many internships available over the globe, and I've seen many people who knows web development or app development can get easily an internship. And I think, yeah. So once you learn web development and you know about cybersecurity a little bit as well, you can actually get a internship very easily. Like for example, if Suraj knows about Android development, I do not know about Android security, and I am the person in the first year itself, knowing about this security part of the Android and the development part as well. Then I think I get an edge over him, and I can get upper position when coming to applications, submitting application and internship. And this is the part where security comes forward, and it actually makes the difference in the people in the community as well. And yeah, so you can actually everyone who starts in security do not start directly with security job role. And if they start with directly security job role, there might be few people, or there might be few opportunities, I would say. There might be few opportunities which can get you started with directly in the security field, but at the end they actually need to learn development. So why to learn development at the end if you can learn at the starting, right? So yeah, so to get an internship in the first year, they should start learning with programming languages, at least understanding how actually things like functions, variables, and the simple value works. And once you get familiar with these things, like how the functions and all these things works, then you can actually get started with a simple CRUD application. I would say I always suggest to learn about CRUD applications: create, read, update, delete. Just how to send a message, save the data in database, how the database and things are working, these things. And yeah, so if you know these things, that's great enough. Yeah, so yeah, I think yeah they should learn about development to get a easy internship in the first year.
Samir Chandan is asking about the certification. He's asking, do we need certifications like CEH, OSCP, etc. to get into cybersecurity jobs in India?
So Samir, like this is a very doubtful question, I would say. So like previously in the past 2 months, I was actually preparing for OSCP. Then actually I got a very good job offer from a Singapore company, and I actually got placed in that. So I actually didn't done that. And in India, people do require CEH and OSCP as their as their minimum requirement sometimes in some companies, but it's not nowadays. It's changing. It's not up to that only. I have seen people who do not know about anything. Like I also do not know about CEH and OSCP anything, and like I got job offers from 2 3 different companies, and I have my few friends as well, like who do not know about these things, like who do not have done certifications. I would say not these things. So yeah, so it's not very much important if you are actually looking for a job in India, specifically in some companies. So some companies do list them as minimum requirement. So CH is the mostly the CH is the minimum requirement, and if they're asking OSCP, then it means that's a big company and they're actually trying to do trying to get a good part of role, right? So yeah.
Right,
Okay,
right.
yes, I think
So,
we actually missed the topic of today. It's actually demonstration of the flow we found in Microsoft, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was coming to that. So let's go. You go.
Okay, so yeah, I can show you. I am not sure if I have the exact version installed on my system. Let me just check. Yeah, so how did I manage? It just story of one day. It's like I do not find bugs in Microsoft daily. It's like it's like a normal day. I was going through my normal process of finding bugs in night, and with one of my friend, I actually found it. So yeah, so I will not go into much of the details. So what I can show you here is okay. So I don't have Microsoft Edge here. So let me download the Edge version of like Microsoft Edge. I hope you're able to see my screen. And if I download Microsoft Edge
Yeah, it's visible.
old version, then I think I can actually show you it. Show you that. Okay. So just give me a minute. I need to look into it. So okay. Yeah. So we can actually select the version. So I will select the stable version 89 and the build version the lowest. And I think this might be having some issues. So yeah, because the latest version of Edge has been fixed and they do not have any vulnerabilities in it. So there's a very common vulnerability which name is cross-site scripting. And if you know JavaScript, you can actually relate to it. So if I go to my inspect element console and type here alert one, you can see there is a pop-up like this which says an embedded page add new tab page says one over here. Okay. So what actually I'm trying to achieve by this, like if you go to LinkedIn here and if you click on inspect and if you go to console and if I clear this console over here and type alert one, you can see linkedin.com says alert one. Okay. But if I type, what actually makes us log into this website and not you? Like if I send you the same link, you will be required to log in, and I do not require to log in when I refresh the page even. Okay. What is that thing which is actually preventing us from, like preventing you to getting access to this page? There is only one thing which is known as cookies. So I have these many cookies in my system, like in my browser, for this particular website, which is bind to this particular website, linkedin.com. So if you got these cookies of mine, you can actually log into this particular website very easily, right? So how an attacker can steal these cookies? It is very simple. There is one variable in JavaScript documented cookie. If you see, so if I click, enter document cookie over here, you can see there are so many cookies, random values which you can see, which you may not know about, and I also do not know about. These are some secret encryption or cryptographic stuff where they're actually having a session storage or something. It's like a password to this particular page. Okay. And think about like if someone can steal the password to this particular page, what can happen? Okay. So what actually we got in Microsoft is this is whenever we actually get something like this. Let me show you. Whenever we are actually able to execute JavaScript on any particular website, on one click of action, on zero click of action, something like that, then actually we are able to steal cookies like this. Let's say like I'm able to document cookie and I can actually see all the cookies in this alert box. Okay. So now the question is, even though if you are able to execute this particular command in my console from your end by sitting at that location, how I am able, how you will be able to get these cookies. Okay, it's very simple. Like in JavaScript, there are other functions as well. Like there is the one API. There is not one API. There is one function fetch. So if you do fetch of it, like let's say if I do fetch of Google.com and I do this like this, so it is like concatenation of a letter plus. So what actually happens if I do this and press enter, it will actually make a request to Google.com and I think I can't. Yeah, you can see it is actually making a request to Google.com with the cookie value. Okay, so to show you exactly like how it actually works, I can actually open the Edge. Let me just open it. I will not go into much technical details because you are not so much technical in this field. So yeah, let me open. So it's Microsoft Edge tailored to Microsoft like Mac OS and yeah. So I want to update Microsoft Edge right now because I want to test that particular issue. So let me just go to more tools. And yeah, you can see Microsoft Edge is out of date and really don't want to update it. So what I will do, I will first go to settings and switch off the automatic update if I have. So it is actually showing me checking for updates. It is showing me it is up to date, but I think it's not because the latest version is 91 point something. And the issue is actually here. So if I go to developers.google.com, like this is the page where I can show you easily. If I go to this page, if I type a payload, It is just a Java, you can say simple HTML combined. And if I type here this, so this is a normal text here. You can see as well. This is just a normal text. But if I translate this particular text, it will actually, give me a, what do we say, a pop up here. Okay, so it didn't. Maybe they have been there is this particular in the previous versions as well, or they maybe because this particular issue is in this translate button. So what was happening? Like if I translate this page from English to any other language, let me just try it once more with any other language. So right now I am in like French, and if I do translation from here, like if I go there and do click on translate button, you can see it is trying to translate this particular page, and nothing happened here. But what was happening? You can actually view that particular issue on my YouTube channel itself. Like if I go to my YouTube and if I go to my YouTube, I can see Cyber Explore, and yeah, you can see here. So let me show you a better way. Let me show about the Facebook example. So here there is, let me go to this part. Yeah. So if you see this particular profile, which is, what we say, the name is, just give me a second. Yeah, if you see this particular profile, toes, comment, whatever the name is, okay. So this is the name which is written in French, and this is the profile. This is a fake profile, and here you can see there is a payload, double quote bracket, and these images are equal to, if you can see over here. And this is actually a JavaScript payload, which is actually a JavaScript written over here, or you can say HTML plus JavaScript both. It's actually HTML, and it is a JavaScript on error method, which will trigger alert one. It's like it's stealing cookies only. So we have not documented no documented cookie ever written over here. So yeah, it's like that only. So if I send a request from this particular ID to my main ID, and I am using X, so you can see like let me just send the request and show you what actually happens. So you can see I am just sending a request to my main ID and the friend request. So if I open my where is my Facebook ID? Let me open. Yeah, so once I receive this request, you can see, and as soon as I open this particular page, you can see I am getting alert one over here on the facebook.com. How it is actually possible? It is actually possible because this particular text of the name of a person is written in French, and whenever I visit this particular person's page, my browser tries to convert into my native language is English. Okay, so when converting it in English, it actually also convert this payload tries to convert this particular payload which I listed over here, which is image src equal to x, and it actually triggers an attack known as cross-site scripting. So because of this particular issue in this translator plugin, I was able to do cross-site scripting over the entire globe or over the entire entire all the people who are using Microsoft Edge. It's like that. So yeah, so this is the issue, and I don't think so I can explain it in a very few moments because it needs you to know about cross-site scripting and a JavaScript, and yeah, yeah, that's all from my side. Am I audible? What? Yeah, patience. Yeah, yeah, you are very much correct in this particular question. And like, there are two things required in cybersecurity field: consistency, patience. These both, okay. Consistency and patience is a very major factor when it comes to cybersecurity because, like, I got started from a ninth class, but till the point of August 2019, I was nowhere. I know about cybersecurity. I knew about a lot of attacks. I knew about a lot of things, but there are still a lot to go know more about. But it's like patience is a very big factor when it comes to bug bounty actually. So bug bounty is something where there is a company like HackerOne or Bugcrowd, and they have partnered with many companies. And there you go, report the issues on those companies, and HackerOne and Bugcrowd send those reports to those companies. And if they accept, they HackerOne and Bugcrowd pays us a bounty by taking up their share or something like that. So in this case, like we get a lot of duplicate reports, we get a lot of hurdle over there is like not getting bounty or all these things. Okay, so yeah, patience is very important. So I know like when I first found my bug, it actually took me very small time, but for the others it took a lot of time. So it actually depends on your luck as well. But when it comes to getting a good bounty, or when it comes to getting a good bug, it takes time. So when we start with finding flaws in the application, we actually try to look like we can get them as soon as possible. We try to think like can I get a bug in just 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, 1 hour, 2 hour. We do not go ahead at up to a certain level, because we think like we think like if I'm spending 3 to 4 hours, I should get a bug. But it's not like in the case of cybersecurity. So in this case, if you get something, you get a lot better, and if you do not get something, then it's just a part of experience. So in cybersecurity, what makes you a good cybersecurity engineer or cybersecurity analyst or any person who is in cybersecurity knows about this thing. What makes you good in cybersecurity is the experience only. So patience is very important when it comes to if you say you are experienced in cybersecurity, it means you have been going through a lot of patience. You have waited so long for things to work on. And yeah, so you need to have patience, you need to have consistency as well. Like patience is not only the only key factor when it comes to get success in cybersecurity. Yes, patience is very important, and I know like about all these things. So yeah, you should have patience when it comes to bug hunting. You should have patience when it comes to learning new things or hacking into some mobile device or something from scratch. So yeah. So first of all, I haven't heard about this exam, or I think you're talking about Red Hat, something Red Hat certification. So Red Hat is good, but it's not related to cybersecurity, so I can't answer this question. But yeah, Red Hat is good. Like it's still the industry standard to use Red Hat sometimes when it comes to database administration. So yeah, you can actually learn about it. Nothing is bad. Learning is not never bad. So yeah, you can go ahead and learn. If anyone has any questions, they can ask me. Like, yeah, value of CTF in India. So yes, CTF has a great value in India when it comes to hiring or getting placement in cybersecurity as well. Like in the TCS and Deloitte. Actually, Deloitte is a big company. TCS is also a big company. Even though they are mass recruiters, they are still a good company. So these companies do CTF like when you are if you're a developer or if you are a programmer or competitive coder, and if you get a opportunity to uh, give an interview and get placed. So they will actually take your test of data structure and algorithms, or they might take your test of your coding skills and development skills. But in the case of cybersecurity, they take CTF. CTF is like a test. So yeah, CTF has a great value. So TCS and Deloitte do that, and yeah. So Anush Sharma. So is AI threat to cybersecurity? Yes, I would say AI is not a threat to cybersecurity, but AI is very helpful when it comes to cybersecurity, because there are still few bugs like business logic issues, which are not possible if you are very, even though AI is not like AI cannot think about human like mind, right? So yeah, I think AI is good enough, but AI cannot overcome the human possibility of thinking, and they cannot actually uh, take over the cybersecurity completely. But yeah, they can take over up to a certain extent. But yeah, but there are still few bugs. You cannot depend rely on AI until it proves a lot. It needs to prove us like the bugs which are being found by a cybersecurity expert are the same found by AI. Even though I am working on this AI field of cybersecurity from last 3 months, I think like AI cannot take over it completely. But yeah, AI is a lot of potential in other fields, but not in cybersecurity. I would say because in cybersecurity there are various creativities which you need to bring out in you when it comes to finding flaws, and yeah, and they cannot. There is a lot to grow in AI itself. And can GPT-3 do white box testing more efficient than human? So first of all, I do not know about GPT-3. Maybe it's something like AI only because you're comparing with the human. So yeah, so I know do not know about GPT-3, but yeah, like whiteboard testing is reviewing source code. So yeah, AI can maybe do that because we can actually specify some functions which are actually dangerous. So AI can actually look into them and try to do look into it. So yeah, yes, Pinakash, you can actually start with any Udemy course if you want, and there is no issue while doing Udemy course because the first time I learned web development is by Udemy only. And yeah, so Krishna, once we can do both CH and OSCP. I would not suggest to spend your money on CEH if you're planning for OSCP. So if you're planning for OSCP, just go for OSCP. Just leave out CEH because CEH is not very respected certification, I would say nowadays, because people actually tend to give money and get certification free of cost, not free of cost, like without any efforts, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, so if you start with Udemy course right now, start with creating, like let's say you learned web development course by Angela Yu or something. They're good instructors. They actually try to make you work on the project which they have actually created for you. But what I'm actually trying to say is when you're done with this like course, any of the course in the Udemy, you would see like they have given you a project and you completed it. But what I meant to say is once you complete that course, try to build your own project, your own idea, not the ones in the course listed. Like they will tell you to make a clone of Netflix, they will tell you to make a clone of Instagram. Do not try those things. These are the things which everyone is doing. Try to think of some idea by yourself and try to create it. That's how you will learn. Otherwise, you won't learn much. It's like just that at a certain level they have taught you, and you cannot go further, right? And okay, so Krishna is asking, can you do both CH? Yes, you can do both. I told you, but I don't feel CH is worth it if you do OSCP, right? So how to know the device is hacked or not? See, there is one utility called as Wireshark, or in the phone there is alternative as well, something to like that. If you're seeing the connection request from your phone going outward, if you see like there are many out connections which are going from your phone to some specific IP address, you can actually know like someone is trying to get your data. And because network is the main issue, like I told you, that if your network is hacked, then you are actually hacked from everywhere, right? Because whatever you send the message goes through your network. So there is a Wireshark tool in the Windows, in the Linux, and like once you know these things, you can actually try to intercept the traffic, and you can see actually what traffic is going out of your network, and you can see if it is to a specific IP address and to a specific server which you do not know about it, and it is also not installed in your phone as well, then it means you are hacked. So do all programming languages necessarily learning cybersecurity? No, not all. Like I think if you know the basics of all the language, like basics of Java, basics of C++, basics of Python, they are good to go. You do not need to know about everything. You just need to know about the concept. Or even if you know OOPS concept, it's good. And yeah, that's all enough. And yeah, so programming language is not really necessary. You just need to know how to understand a code which is written over there. Okay, if you are able to do this, then it's good. So I see cybersecurity as a great asset for the businesses, like businesses in India. In India, there will be a GDPR policy very soon. It's like when it comes, it means everyone needs to do a pen test in India to protect the users' data. And I see like there will be very much growth in cybersecurity because the way businesses are expanding or build. at a very faster rate. You can see Zomato and Swiggy has grown to a very great amount of not a great amount, to a very great extent in a very few years. And there will be many more startups like Zomato and Swiggy if we see about 10 years from now. And everyone needs security. And not only internal security team do not matter, only like there are many things which people need to take care about. So I see cybersecurity as a mostly covered by AI only, like as you told, like AI is a very big part. So yeah, so there will be many companies having their automation in cybersecurity, which can help companies continuously monitor their asset. And if we talk about the manual human work in cybersecurity, yes, there will be that too. But mostly people will be actually uh, trying to get productivity with the help of the automation frameworks, and then try to build up their manual workflow, and it will be much easier and much better available. But I think with the automation in flow, there will be few issues when it comes to the part of security, because these automation tools are actually created by human only, right? And human does mistake and human do mistakes. So yeah, so I'm not very sure, but yeah, this is a not ending field. It's not a it's not going to end. There will be new businesses, and it's like that. So hi Vijay, and how to find whether a website is suspicious which can harm a system. You cannot find any website which is suspicious or not. So yeah, that's not answer which I can give you. So you cannot find, but yeah, you can actually look into the website which is having HTTPS. You can only visit the websites having HTTPS, but it doesn't mean these are secure. These are also harmful. And yeah, people think like if we have HTTPS then we are secure. It's not like that. So yeah, I can't answer this question like this. Yes, Krishna, certifications are good. They are good. Like if I say our CompTIA certificates, they are also good. But it depends what you want to do. You can have all the certifications and zero knowledge. It's like that. So think about what you're actually aiming for and prepare a learning path for yourself. I think that's all. If anyone have any other questions, they can ask. Yeah, if you want to, guys, if you guys want to follow me on my social media, you can follow me at @redvanshdevan on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere. So my handle is by my name only. So yeah, so it's like that. So yeah, I think nothing. If you have any other questions, you can actually ask me. Yeah, that's yeah. I think that's not something like very. Yeah, so like I have my own course on edit.cyberexplorer.com on bug bounty, like how I actually hacked Microsoft, all these things. So this is something on bug bounty. So I have taught 70 plus hours course on bug bounty. So if someone is interested, they can have a look on my website. So I can post the website over here. So it's like that. So yeah. So yeah, thank you, Suraj. And I think yeah, I think that's all from for today's sessions maybe. Yeah, thank Yeah. Okay. Thanks to you too for inviting me over here. And yeah, I think I can now leave.